Hello everyone, welcome to Tech with PSK channel. So yesterday we saw what is data center and what is cloud computing, right? So today we are going to discuss about IP address. So IP address is very important in DevOps area or any administrated task you are working. So for example, if anyone ask you to create any virtual machine or like any like instance they are asked to create. So IP address is a key role maintained here. So what is IP address? IP address is device to device communication. Okay. So to maintain the network between the two devices, so we need IP address to maintain network establishment. So we require IP address. So usually in organization, so we were usually create with private IP address, and so first example, there will be two types of IP address will be there. So private IP and public IP. So let's let's discuss so how IP address looks like. So how many versions will be there? So IPv4 and IPv6. Usually we are mostly working on IPv4, so IPv6 we are not working on it. So let's talk about IPv4 range. So IPv4 range, how it will start. So the IPv4 version, like it will look like 10.0.0.0 and 172.16.0.0 and 192.168.0.0. So that it will be look like this. Okay. So it will be ranges will be like this. The private IP ranges will start with like this. Okay. So let's discuss about how this private IP address and public IP address will be defined, and how many types of IP networking classes will be there, and how these IPs are designed, and how it will be like working. So you can see here. So here we have like a 4 bits will be there, right? So each octet will be like 8 bits. Okay, this octet is 8 bit, and this octet is 8 bit, and another octet is 8 bit. So it will be like total. So if you can take it like each octet, it will come with 256 max of it will be start with a 0 to 256 range IP address will be there. Okay, so let's talk about how this IP address like octets like 8 bits will be different. So each octet will be 8 bit I said, right? So let's take 000 and 010 and 001 and 100 and 110 and 101 and 110. Okay, so let's calculate 1 2 3 4 5 6 2 3 4 5 6 7, and one more will be there, that is 011. Okay, let's take very first one. It is like 1. Okay, everything will be calculated 1 to the power of 2. Okay, so let's take another one. 1 into 2 is equal to 2. 2 into 2 into 4. Okay, 2 into 2 4. 4 into 2 8. 4 into 2 8, and 8 into 2 16. 16. Another one, 16 into 2 32. 32 into 2 64. 64 into 2 128. So if you can calculate it this all, so it will be, if you can add these all things, it will come with 256. Let me calculate that. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 128. Okay, total 255. It will come with 0 to 255. It will be like 0 also you have to calculate. That will be 256 total it will come. Plus 1 I missed it. Okay, so every octet will range with 0 to 255 it will come. Okay, like this way it will be calculated. Okay, how many types of classes will be there? Let's talk about that. So let's go into Google. IP address classes. There will be five types of classes will be there. Usually we are using for class A, class B and class C, and rest two we are using for future purpose. Those we were not using this. Okay, so you can see here there will be five classes will be there. Class A will start with you can see start with 0 to 127, and also like 128 to 191 first octet, and it will start with 128 and it will be start with 0, and it will start with 192 series, and rest will be 224 and 240. So usually in our organization we are mostly use class A, class B and class C. Rest two classes we were not maintaining. We are that is for future purpose, so we have using for that. Okay, this is about classes. Let me show you the classes ranges so that you can understand classes. This is the one IP address we'll start with. Class A, class B and class C. So class A will start with 10 series. All 10 will come with the 10 series, and class B is for mid range, and class C is for small network we can use. This is for MNCs we can use, or multi like very huge servers we are maintaining, and multinational companies they can use it. So mid-range companies they can go with class B, and class C is for small startups or small companies they are going to establish they can use it. Rest class G and class C, that is for majorly like used for future purpose, some host IPs, those things. It will be like that. Okay, and what if, as I said, right, for example you can go with small like laptops or like some it's in our organization, our IP address will start with 192 like that. Let's show you that command prompt. If you can hit on IP config on your command prompt, laptop, if you can open command prompt, and let's wait. So it is getting slow. Okay, if you can hit IP config, so you can see your laptop IP address. So my IP address will be 192.168.1.4. So this will show, if you can hit only IP config, it will show only the IP address. It will show that. If you can hit on IP config all, so it will show all the rest of the details. Everything it will show here. Okay, so maybe command will be wrong. It will show all the DHCP server and DNS server details, IPv6 address, physical address details, everything it will show that. And IP address is the one is required for communication purpose. So usually in our organizations we will majorly use private IPs only. Okay, so private to communication between our services, our network. So we can go with private IP address and public IP address. What is private IP address and what is public IP address? So let's discuss about those things. Then we can go on further. Okay. So private IP address to maintain communication internally. So we can go with private IP address. private IP to communicate internally. So you can go with private IP address to public IP to communicate outside. Okay, outside we can use public IP address. So how this private IP and public IP will work and where it is usually used. Sorry, sorry. So majorly like public IP address, it's like to, for example, if you are accessing any website and any like external services, there we can use public IP address. And if you can go with that, and let's check what is my public IP address. What is my IP? So this is my IP. Okay, and very another thing you need to note it down. So public IP address should be unique. Okay, private IP address may be common for organization to organization. They can use it. So for internal purpose, private IP address they can use, and that will be common for example, in my organization I am using 10.1.0.0. In another organization they were same using 10.1.0.0. That will be, there is no conflict will happen. So they can use for internal purpose, they can use their IP address, and internal purpose in my organization I can use my IP address. So there is no conflict with each other. But when you are assigning a public IP address, right, that should be unique. Okay, that should be unique and that should not conflict with another one. Okay, that is where that should be designed. Okay, and let's discuss more about that. Okay, one ABC company on it. So here we have a different laptops. For example, in our organization, so we have multiple users are using. So they have some respective laptops. So you can take this one, two, and three, four. Okay, all of them using respective IP address. We have assigned internal IP address 10.1.0.1, and here 10.1.0.2, and here 10.1.0.3, and the ranges will be common 10.1.0.4. Okay, so to communicate within our organization, we can use this private IP address, and we can able to establish the connection. And for example, this particular user wants to hit some google.com, Google, and this user wants to hit some Amazon, and this particular user wants to hit some Yahoo. So to access this particular website, we need some public IP address. Okay, so public IP address, if it is required, so if you want to create 4 public IP address for every individual user, I need to create a 4 public IP address. That will be total not at all required. Okay, I can able to create one public IP address, and from there I can able to access the public IP address to this organization level, so they can use that one, and they can establish. For example, this is my router. Okay, so this will be combination of public and private IP address. Private IP here, and public IP. It's a combination of public IP and private IP. So what will happen? So whenever user wants to hit this one, so it is going to like connect whenever Google, for example, Google user. Let's take. So this user wants to hit URL, then they can able to access via this private router and hit this particular public IP, and you can able to hit the internet. For example, internet is here, so user wants to hit this particular IP. So from here they can able to create they can able to connect from here by using this public IP. So we are going to like connect this one, connect to particular Google, and they can able to access this. Okay, so like that way it is going to like work it. So whenever you want to hit anything, so from here it is going to hit and it is going to like get the response back from here public IP, and private IP it is going to like response back. So that is where it is going to work it. So our IP address will be secure, and we are going to connect this private IP, and this private IP we are connecting, and from this it is going to like by using this public IP, so it is going to hit this particular internet and response back via public IP, and so we are going to getting the responses. Okay, like that way, so we are getting the connection. So how this public IP and private IP network translation will work? By using, so there is a this particular NAT is there. So, okay, by using NAT, network address translator, by using this it is going to like work it. Okay, by using network translator, by using this it is going to like maintain that networking, and it is going to like response back. And who will assign this private IP and who will assign this public IP? So internet service providers. Okay, internet service provider, whether it is like Airtel, for example, Airtel or Jio or BSNL, any internet service provider, they can create this private IP and they can purchase this public IP and they will provide to us. So by using this, we are going to like connect to internet outside the network, and we are maintaining it. So like this way, it is going to like work. Okay, so and by using network address translator, we using this public IP. For example, there is one other XYZ company wants to like they were also using this particular one, and their private IP is common, and whether they can also use same same public IP address they can also use in another company. Absolutely no. Okay. So we should not use same public IP address in another company. They should be used another public IP address. They can able to get the response back. So like that way it is going to like work. Okay. Very best example. One more example I can tell you. Like in we are, for example, there is one school. There is some public school in Kokatpalli, and there is another public school in Madhapur. So their roll number will be one of the student like Krishna. Their roll number is 10. Another one like Satish, their roll number is also 10. There is no with that roll number 10 is matching in the sense that is like private IP. Okay, you can say private IP. So like that way, for example, in my school, my hall ticket, my roll number is 10, and another school roll number is 10. That is not a conflict with each other. But when you are going to like writing some public exams, there is some hall ticket number will be there. So that hall ticket number should be unique. So they should not be conflict with hall ticket number. So in that case, this roll number you can take as a private IP, and that hall ticket number you can take as a public IP. So always public IP should be unique and private IP address may be common with each other. So like that way it is going to like work it. Okay. And what else remaining? So private IP address to communicate internally we can use private IP address, and public IP address to communicate outside we can use public IP address. So there will be some classes, class A, class B, class C. Class A is for so huge like big companies, MNC companies, they can use for class A. Class A range will be like more number of IPs will get. For example, you can see here. So class A, how many IPs we are getting as part of this. So let's discuss how the private IP is calculated, like IP address. Okay, you can see here clearly class A, it is coming with 0 to 127. So one more example I am going to tell you how the private IP and public IP will difference. Let's discuss this one, then we can go to the topic and we'll complete that. So we can see here class A is our range will be 0 to 127, class B range is 128 to 191, and class C 192 to 223. So you can see a large network, you can go with these ranges class A, and medium range you can go class B, and for small range you can go class C. So class D is for multi-classing and class C is for experimental and researchers. Okay, this is how we are not using class D and class C. This is for future purpose we are using that one. So let me check for private and public IP address ranges. Okay, so you can see here private IP ranges will be always will be 10 series. 10, if you are using 10 series 10.0, so that is in the, apart from 10 series, if you earlier you see 0 to 127, right? Apart from 10, if you are using any other like 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, so everything will be public IP address. Okay, this if you are using 10 dot, that is the only private IP address, and also same for class B 172.16 to 172.132. This is the range we were using class B for private IP address. If you are using 173, that is for private, public. 171, that is also public. 191, that is also public. 193, that is also public. So public will be apart from these ranges, all are public IPs only. So it should be in this particular range, then we have to maintain that one. Okay. And one more last topic, how this network ranges calculated, IP calculators. Okay, IP address, how calculator if you can go IP subnet calculator. Okay, IP subnets and IP address, those subnets and how it is working. So I will discuss in that virtual networks topic and subnet topic. So just want to show you how this public IP and private IP wants to like how it is working. So that is the reason how many classes will be there. So how many classes we can use and what is private IP address, what is public IP address. That is the agenda of this particular session. So that is where I'm not discussing about virtual network and subnets topic. That is purely another topic will be there in this particular session. We can discuss about those things, and this only heads up I will give you. So there will be ranges will be there. Okay, if you are using subnet range, how many, for example, if you are going to create one virtual network, so you don't require some 10,000 IPs and those things and all. So we can go with some smaller network. Okay, in the smaller network, for example, subnet range, we can give IP address, for example 10.0.0.0.0 we are giving, and class A you can go, and subnet is, let's clear everything, 10.0.0.0.0, okay, slash 16, calculate. So here total number of usable hosts is 2. Okay, we can use this one and we can manage with using 2. Okay, for example if you need some 250 IP address, so how we can calculate. Okay, so that one you can go with slash 24 is slash 24. If you can give, you can able to get 256 IP address where usable will be 254 and rest 2 is for host IP range and broadcast ranges. So we can go with that. Okay, and one more last topic I will discuss, and how we can calculate slash 24 and slash 16, and then I will close the session. Okay, so here subnet and IP address, how it will be work. For example, my IP address I have created 10.0.0.0/16. So /16 in a sense it is going to like first two octets will resolve. So if you want to create subnet over on this particular IP range, you are going to create 10.0 dot will be common. So one octet is for 8, another octet is for 8. So this got done. So let's start with 1. Okay, 1. We can use these particular zeros. We can use these particular zeros 1 or 2 or 10. Then dot 0 slash. If your range is required some 256, we can go with 24. So the ranges we can calculate later. This is how it will work. By using this, you can able to get 256 IP address. Okay, this is the subnet, and this is the IP. Within this, we have a we can create one more multiple subnets we can create that we can discuss in virtual network topics and subnet topics. So this is the about how IP address will work, what is public IP address and what is private IP, and what is how we can what is the ranges, what is the like octet ranges, and how we can differentiate public and private over on classes, and how it will work. This is all about today's topic. If you have any doubts, any like you need some more elaborate on this topic, please comment in my comment box, and we can able to discuss furthermore.